gradually by like getting support from SAME and other organizations as well. So we have a counseling unit for the New Myanmar refugee, and we have a huge program of food support inside Masot and inside Myanmar as well, that we work closely with the different current networks that to deliver like support to IDP inside Myanmar in the different camps. And we work closely with the local government here as well in terms of stop, arrest and deportation, like all those high profile cases. We work closely with the UNHCR in terms of discussing with the local authorities here, like immigration office, and it's still the ongoing process working with the UNHCR. And after we've been working for I think like 6 months, we think like we need more like effort from the different organizations, especially international organizations, because we are local. Then we set up a network which is called Myanmar Response Network, or MRN, which is consists of around 10 organizations, international and local organizations. For the MRN, RBB serves as a coordinator of the MRN. SAME is the MRN member as well. And we have Asylum Access Thailand, that you might know them as an international organization that to support about the protection issue. And we have GRS, Jesuits Refugees Services organizations is part of the network as well. So we have the different kinds of organizations with the different expertise as well that to respond into the Myanmar issue. But for the MRN, we have identified our 3 strategies in response to the Myanmar issues. The first one, we focus on improving the protection issue. As you may know that Thailand is not the signatory countries to the Refugee Convention. So that's why we don't have any specific, protection mechanism to this new Myanmar refugee. And Thai government doesn't recognize these new arrivals as a refugee or asylum seekers. So that's why they cannot provide, appropriate, protection to these people. So this is the issue that MRN trying to respond, by increase the recognitions of these groups of people. And the second strategy is we focus on humanitarian support, because as you know that there are still ongoing fight along the borders. This week is very heavy fight between the Myanmar government and the armed groups. So there's still in need of humanitarian support, like basic food and non-food items as well. So this is the thing that MRN trying to mobilize the cross-border cooperation to, to deliver the support to the other side. And the last one that we have protection, we have humanitarian support, and we have advocacy strategies. For the advocacy strategy, we mainly focusing on working with the National Human Rights Commission in Thailand. So we can convince them that to come over to Masot and then to get the information and do the investigation of some specific cases, especially for the unsafe deportations of the high profile cases. And we also working with the immigration office at the national level as well. As you may know that Thailand has a new, actually it's not that new, it's 2 years ago, but it just implemented last year, which is called National Screening Mechanism law. But this one, NSM, that we call NSM, National Screening Mechanism, but this NSM mechanism doesn't apply to the Myanmar refugee. It just applies to the other nationalities because they thought that this person are protected under the, migrant regularization policy already. So that's why no need to provide, NSM to them. So this is the main thing that we are trying to advocate. Because if they can go through, the NSM, maybe that they can be, at least protected, under some laws, and are safe for, like unsafe deportation. So this is a thing that MRN do. And after we set up the MRN, we think that having a regular meeting with the local network here might be benefit for us as well, that to avoid duplication. Because as you know, there are lots of donors coming, especially donors from Myanmar, right now that they move, like to Mesot and provide lots of support to the local NGO, especially Myanmar-led organization. So we think like it's good for us that to mobilize the resources, and avoid duplication. So we set up a group that we call collaborative platform, which is consists of around 10 local NGOs, but mostly are Myanmar-led organization based in Mesot. No? And UNHCR joined the local network as well, which is quite surprise, like for us as well, because normally they don't involve in the local level, with the NGO level. So this platform is really effective in terms of, like getting up-to-date information inside Myanmar, and then to identify the appropriate, approach that to, like to respond to the different person. Because currently, one of the most concerning issue among the local authority is the mixed migration. Because as you know, that after we open the border, right, so migrant is coming through the different approach like MOU between Thai and Myanmar. And there are also some illegal migrants that who cross, like border to work. But so for the authorities' perspective, it's really difficult for them to identify who is migrant, who is a new arrivals, who is a PDF, who is the political activist. So that's why this is the most concerning issue. The only thing that they responded just using, like extensively the Immigration Act to suppress, I can say, the illegal person that who come to Mesot. So sometimes that we got a lot of cases now reporting to us, asking for, like stop deportation and help about, like the bailout. Actually, like we have a very successful a successful case that we can help him, like to be bailed out at Mesot. Because actually, like in Mesot, you cannot do the bailout process here. They will send all the arrested person to Chiang Mai or maybe to Bangkok. And if you want to get released, like you have to deal with that through different offices. And at that time, a journalist from Al Jazeera got arrested here in Mesot. And he's Burmese. I think that he's thinker for Al Jazeera, and I got a call from a journalist from Al Jazeera asking me that, hey, Kunapika, can you help on this case that he was arrested and he almost to be deported to Myanmar tomorrow. So we start working closely with the UNHCR, and then we successfully stopped deportation on that night. And we coordinate, like with the immigration office that to get, like him out by bailing, and then same joy during that process as well to become a current tour, because you need a current tour, right, for the bailout process. And it was successful that he was bailed out, and now he's in Mesot, that journalist. So I think like this is the overall pictures that we've been working since 2021, and until December 2022, we decided to close the emergency project, meaning that we don't have any food support program because we don't have funding at all. So we try to refer our cases. Currently, how many people that we support since 2021? 569 persons that we support individually for at least 2 times. So meaning that we send out, we have the campaign that we call rainbow bags, that you will see the plastic bag, the huge one that we call the campaign. So all of them receive the rainbow bags at least 2 times, filled with like food and non-food items, and then can stay for 2 months for each time. So, and all of them receive the psychosocial support and psychosocial assessment from us as well. So we decided to close the program because we don't have the funding. And then we changed our work from the humanitarian support to living with dignity. That's what we changed the concepts of working, because we know that it's not emergency at all, because it's almost, it's 2 years already, you know, it's not emergency at all. So we changed the program, and then we focus on capacity building to those persons, especially for the young activists. And we found that they have some kinds of the different young activists and journalists involved in the program as well. So we provide them with the basic Thai language for them that at least to survive and in the daily life. And we also provide capacity building on paralegal training, because we know that many of them, some of them study in law school and they want to practice their, you know, like their skill and knowledge. So we organize a paralegal training, a series of paralegal training in collaboration with the Asylum Access Thailand. And we expect that to hire them, that to help our lawyers here. Actually, like RBB doesn't have a lawyer, but we have the organization, I mean, like, who help on the protection process. But these paralegal are expected to support the work of the lawyer in the different organizations. And AAT will have, Asylum Access Thailand will have an office here soon as well, that to provide protection. And these paralegal I expect to work with them. And apart from that, we provide the civic education for all of them as well, because all of them want to, I mean, like, to involve in the democratic system and to involve in the civil movement. I mean, like, even though that they are outside the country. So this is the program that we changed since December 2022 to Living with Dignity campaign. And yeah, so that's the overall of activities and program that we have been doing. Yeah.
So I'm sure